welcome to day 012 of 90 of me trying to build StartupHub.Africa from $0 to $1,000 MRR and doing so publicly. This is this week's feature. I'm going to do a quick explainer video like we did last week. This week's feature was an AI-powered investor matching tool for African startup founders. And this one really racked up my brain to pull this off in 1 week. I'll be honest, there were chances that we could not pull this. We might have not pulled this off, but made a commitment to do this, and here we are. So 2 weeks in, 2 features have been launched successfully, and so I'll walk you guys through this week's feature. Each week's feature, as a reminder, has to be powered by AI. And the goal is to show what is achievable in AI in this era. So this essentially will have been something that took much longer to do in the past. But here we are. We've been able to pull this off in a single week. So with that in mind, say hello to Zoza. Zoza is your AI assistant to help you find African startup investors. And Zoza has been trained against the whole SHA database. Took a while, took a bit of tweaking, took a lot of tweaking, but eventually we got her there. So she has access to the pool of startups that we have on the database. Again, has access to the investor database and everything in between to ensure it can give you contextual information. So here we are. No better way to show this but to interact with her. So the goal is to ensure both founders, investors, and any industry players basically can ask it questions. But for now, we've really trained it specifically against investment-related information. So we are going to, here, there are a few questions that you can use to test this out. But by just clicking on it, we'll paste the message on the chat. Click submit to initiate the conversation. There you go. So you can see in a few seconds already it's gotten back to us and we can pick up this conversation. The first thing here is that it will try to figure out whether you are a founder, an investor, or anyone else in the ecosystem. This will then dictate the questions that follow, as well as the interaction. So let's just say we are a founder. There you go. So if you're a founder, there are a set of questions that it's going to ask you. So the first one is, what stage is your startup in? Are you targeting any investors within East Africa, any specific countries within East Africa? Do I prefer VCs or any other set of investors, be it angels, corporate investors, impact investors, and any other type, family offices, anything of that nature? What is my unique value proposition within health tech? Again, what is the typical check size we are looking for? Once it has this information, it will be able to recommend startups. So let's go ahead and quickly answer these questions. So let's say we are in Series A, all countries in EA. Any kind of investor. Our unique value proposition is we have an AI-powered model for cancer screening. Okay. Typical find of something under 500k USD. So let's see what she comes up with. See. Oh, there you go. So it's gone through the database and come up with 5 investors. So at the moment, I'm just having it cap the responses to 5 investors that match your criteria the most. So here you are. So you'll see it will go through the database, which is about 3,500 plus investors who have who have presence in Africa now or in the past, and then it will recommend startups. And you can see here we have 5 Gold Palm Investments, 1984 Ventures, TRB Investors, and you can see links to the corresponding profiles on SHA. If you wanted to go ahead and see some more information, just click on the link. And yeah, you can keep narrowing down this information. Say we want, you can keep asking her now specific questions about a specific investor. Tell me more about, and she should be able now to dig into 1984 Ventures profile and give you more detailed information about them as an investor. So you can see 1984 Ventures is a venture capital firm that invests in early stage startups. Key points about the startup, about the investor, the type of investment stages they typically invest in, the geographical focus, the typical check size, as well as the profile, as I say, to SHA. And yeah, that's Zoza for you in a nutshell. Over time, we will keep refining this for other use cases across the platform. I know even as it stands, it can still answer you some questions. It can still answer questions for investors and other technology players, but specifically regarding VC questions and private equity questions, funding questions. But we will keep training her against the data set we have, and eventually the goal is to ensure she can answer you questions regarding anything pertaining to African startups. But there you go. This is this week's feature. Have a look, play around with it. The URL to engage with is StartupHub.Africa/Zoza. It will bring you to this page. There you go. Feel free to interact and drop me comments with any of the startups or the investors that it does recommend to you. Any feedback of how you think we might refine this. This was just a week in. I'm sure we will see her grow in knowledge and capabilities over time. So there you go. Cheers, and have a good weekend.